This is a build played in this video. Pheromone is only used in speedruns. Hi everyone, welcome to Bard commentary video of Trial Hanumatan. In this video, I'll be reviewing my friend's Bard gameplay. I will only be focusing on what you need to do as a support. If you need detailed explanations for patterns and mechs, please refer to my guide. If the boss jumps up in the air, it's an earthquake jump. You need to give Guardian Tune here. If you don't have it, use spacebar and ping. Double counter. As a support, you should try to do both counters, but you have to do the second counter. If you did the second counter, Hanumatan will target you for the next 4 patterns. The first pattern will always be a punch, followed by a side stomp, depending on where you stand. During these 4 patterns, you need to give full buff and maintain head position for other players. If the boss is too close to the wall, you can pull him out after the counter. Before you go in, your party needs to decide which side you're going to bait the stomp. While you have a target, always maintain the head position. These laser beams will target you no matter where you are. And in between patterns, don't forget to refresh Yearning buff for your party mates. For co-op counter, it is recommended that supports take the first counter. Others getting knocked over by the first counter is a DPS loss. Co-op counter is a good pattern to give buffs to. For special pattern, prepare your counter and stagger skills, and give Guardian Tune if someone gets it. In this party, Bard is always baiting the stomp to the right hand side. Alternating laser beams always start with right hand. Remember, you should get full buff during the double counter. This is when Dark Bombs and Atrophins should be used. For co-op counters, you need to dodge the punches before you do the first counter. Big laser beam only targets you during the double counter. Before it ends, you want to get hit by the last tick to bait out the second laser beam for more DPS window. Phase stagger is a good timing to give Awakening Shield. The boss's DR during the stagger, you should prioritize providing shield and stagger. After the stagger, there's a short DPS window, but do not use your buffs here. Everyone should grip in front of the boss and keep hitting to maintain eye stacks. First thing you want to do is hit the boss to refresh your eye stack buff. The first pattern in phase 2 is almost always on double counter. This is where you should give buff you saved earlier. In phase 2, Warp Loop's pattern is enhanced, and an Earthquake follow-up attack is added. The follow-up attack hurts a lot, so you want to give Guardian Tune here. Some patterns will drop everyone's eye stack on hit, so you wanna dodge everything while giving buff and maintaining head position. Ice or Fire Stagger is one of the special patterns in phase 2. It's a good timing for Awakening Shield. While staggering, you want to maintain the head position and prepare for a follow-up counter. It's a decent free DPS time, so it's a good timing for full buff. Forty Stagger is another special pattern added in phase 2. It's a free DPS window, but pay attention to the inverted mouse control. It's another good pattern to give full buff. Base counter is a good timing to give Awakening Shield. Place 5 poops outside and come back in for a counter. The boss phase is pretty quick after the counter, so everyone should come to the boss's head and make sure to hit the boss to maintain your eye stack buff. Just like in phase 2, the first thing you want to do is to hit the boss and refresh the eye stack buff. The boss is DR for a short period. This is a very dangerous pattern, so you need to focus on dodging and providing care. Try not to make the boss backstab into the wall. Just remember that in phase 3 and 4, all backstab patterns are back safe. Two slow ground punches indicate a earthquake poop pattern, so you want to give Guardian Tune here. After the earthquake, you want to place the individual poops outside. 3 long dashes indicate target counter pattern in phase 3 and 4. This is equivalent to double counter in phase 1 and 2, so you need to counter this. This is the only good pattern to burst in phase 3 and 4, so you want to get full buff here. The first pattern after counter is always the 3 poop waves, followed by 2 more targeted patterns. If someone gets grabbed, dodge the initial stomp and stagger. Boss jumping 4 times in the same spot is followed by an earthquake attack. This is a short DPS window, so you wanna give Guardian Tune before the 4th jump. Target counter is also a good pattern to reposition boss towards the center of the map. You should be giving full buff here. The first pattern after the counter is always 3 poop waves. Pay attention to how the Spark moves side by side to maintain head position. If the boss stands on his feet and jump up high, then it's an yin-yang circle pattern. You should give Awakening Shield here, and everyone should stay out of the center of the map to dodge the landing. Everyone should grip together at the back, and dodge 3 attacks while remembering the order. There are only 2 cases for this mech. Please refer to the guide video for detailed instructions on this mech. After the yin-yang circle mech is phase 4 and few patterns are changed. In phase 4, backstab is followed by a very wide front attack. Just like I told you earlier, backstab equals back safe. 3A counter is also a good DPS pattern. You should get full buff here. When the boss is too close to the wall, oftentimes there's not much space to dodge the follow-up attack. Try to bait the boss towards the center if you can. This is another good pattern to bait the boss away from the wall. Keep in mind that your skills miss while Monkey is in air. For this backstab pattern, if you can't make it to the back, there's also a safe spot outside. Also for target counter pattern, dashes don't hit you, only landing gives damage, so you should try to bait the boss out of the wall. You should always give full buff here even if you have to use stimulant. This pattern also makes your skills miss, so watch out. Patterns of mechs will be explained in detail in the guide video. That's it for this video. Thank you for watching.